Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my Senate prediction videos where I take a look at the Senate races going on across America this year. And we are going to now take a look at another state. And this isn't a state in the northeastern part of the country, and specifically the state with the shortest coastline in the United States of America, and that is the state of New Hampshire. It is a seat currently held by the Democratic Party and Senator Jeanne Shaheen, who is in her second term. In 2014, Shaheen won by 3.25 percentage points. Hillary Clinton won the state by 0.37% in 2016. It was one of the closest states in terms of popular votes in 2016, and in fact, the Senate election that year was almost as close. The result from New Hampshire was unclear for a few days after the election, and the Senate race was as well. It was one of the last called races of the cycle, just because of how close it was. However, I do not feel that will be the case in 2020. Um, Although the Trump campaign has campaigned some in New Hampshire, it really hasn't made a big effort to flip New Hampshire to their column. And it doesn't look like the Biden campaign is putting a great deal of emphasis on New Hampshire, likely suggesting that the Biden campaign feels that most likely this is a safe state for them. And I would tend to agree. Up until about 2000, this was considered a swing state, but it was also a reliable Republican state. Since 2004, though, it has voted consistently with the Democratic candidate. And although it's always close, the state has gotten more blue and more liberal since that time. So I don't think it's a stretch to say that Joe Biden on election night will likely carry New Hampshire, probably by a small percentage point and a small vote, but in the end, I think it's a very likely Biden state. If Biden loses New Hampshire, I think he's probably lost the election, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the two candidates. The Democratic nominee is the current incumbent senator, Senator Shaheen, who has been involved in New Hampshire politics since 1992. Prior to being elected to the Senate, Shaheen served as the governor of the state of New Hampshire, and in fact was the first woman in United States history to be elected the governor of a state and then subsequently be elected to the United States Senate. In fact, there's only been two women in United States history to achieve this feat, and the second woman to achieve it is Senator Maggie Hassan, who is the junior senator from the state of New Hampshire, currently serving with Senator Shaheen. And at the current time in the United States Senate, there is only two delegations made up of former governors, where both senators are former governors. And that, of course, is the state of New Hampshire and the Commonwealth of Virginia. And this Senate is unique in the fact that it has a former governor of one state who is now a senator from another state. And anyone want to guess who that is? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? It is the state of Utah and Senator Mitt Romney, who of course was governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the 2012 Republican nominee for President of the United States. He ran from, in that election, Massachusetts. He moved to Utah after the presidential run and, of course, ran for the Senate in 2018 from that state and won. The Republican nominee is a gentleman by the name of Corky Messner. Mr. Messner is a former soldier and corporate attorney. If you go based strictly on ballots that were cast in the two primaries, it's about a 52 to 47 spread in favor of the Democratic Party. And I think that's probably generally how it will shape up on election night. I see Senator Shaheen being elected to a third term in the Senate, um, and it'll be a little bit of a tighter race than some might think, but she will in the end be victorious. So Senator Shaheen will win re-election, and it will be a hold for the Democratic Party. I will see you all again tomorrow when we cover a state in the Rust Belt of the United States of America. So I will see you then when we cover Country Roads, Take Me Home.